welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Scorpio. This is going to be for January 25th, the week coming. So let's just get right into it, Scorpio. We're going to pull out your romance angel messages and see what those messages are for you this week. And then we're going to get right into your animal spirits. All right, Scorpio? All right. Straight out, we have passion, nice energy, retreat, time to disconnect from the world, perhaps you and your lover, release your ex, time to clear that energy and release someone from your life, right? Release that ex energy. All right, let's get right into it. I'm gonna pull out your animal spirits. Let's see what animal spirits you may be dealing with during this period. Animal spirits can be energies that are coming available to you. Or they can also represent individuals that you're dealing with, people of personality types, right? Characteristics. So whatever applies, just take that. If it doesn't apply to your situation, Scorpio, it's not for you. Straight out, we have sea serpent, talking about the potential for creative energy. We have the nightingale, beautiful air energy. And we have the octopus, water energy. Wow, octopus is all about messy relationships, right? Lack of boundaries. Let's get right into the sea serpent. So sea serpent is all about that potential energy. It's associated with the very first, with the second chakra. The first chakra is the phoenix. This is the second chakra, which is located in the sort of pelvic bowl. And this is the area where we get all of our sort of passion from, our energy, our sexual energy, right? And this is also where our creative energy comes from. And so a lot of times you will see that the snake eating its tail is kind of the symbol for that constant potential, right? The constant, never-ending sort of potential that we have for creativity, right? There's no end to it. There's no limit, right? And so for some of you, Scorpios right now, you may be doing that indeed. You may be resonating with the second chakra, and you may be sort of finding yourself be much more creative. You might be finding passion has come out. You might be feeling much more passionate about a particular connection that you're with, or a love connection, right? An attraction that is really intensified. This can also, of course, be associated with the second chakra. In any case, it's really a rising up of your passion and your desire to follow your passion. So whether that be a creative endeavor or whether that be a relationship, this week, some of you are going to be feeling very sort of like, very motivated to go after that. Now, the nightingale is air energy, and the nightingale is associated with wanting to say something or express something that is in your heart that is very important to you. Some of you, if you're resonating with this Scorpio, you're wanting to express yourself to someone vocally. Of course, the nightingale is associated with singers, and those of you who are able to, excuse my cat, who are able to sort of express yourself vocally with song and really make people feel something, right? The nightingale is such a beautiful animal spirit for that. But the essence of it is, though, that there's something really important that you want to convey to someone. You want to express your heart in a very sort of clear way and in a way that they understand you, right? So this is air energy for, because we're singing and communicating, but also we're wanting to communicate something that is very important to us. And so in a lot of ways, this can be also associated with the element of water in our emotional state, right? In any case, some of you are really going to be wanting to have that conversation with someone this week where you really express your feelings. Now, the octopus comes down. The octopus is all about lack of boundaries. This is the water element, animal spirit. And the octopus is all about having sort of its tentacles all up in everybody's business. This is generally the animal that just knows no boundaries, knows no bounds, you know. The people who resonate with this energy oftentimes can really be very sort of energy draining. They can suck your energy, you know. They are, you know, the octopus is very good at mimicking as well others, right, in a lot of ways. So it's like these type of individuals who resonate with this energy, oftentimes they want a bit of you, right? They want a bit of your energy so that they can somehow replicate it, right? It's very strange. These people are generally people who have very messy relationships, right? They're also people, this is somebody who resonates with octopus energy is the type of person who always gives way too much information about themselves, right? So not only are they draining to sort of speak to when you're talking about your issues, but they're draining to talk to because they constantly want to talk about themselves, right? And so with this type of energy, if you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with this, or if you yourself are resonating with this, you find yourself having a lot of messy relationships that don't sort of end well or that don't go well, or it's very confusing, then it's time to just put more boundaries in place, right? Set some limits. Set some boundaries for yourself, set boundaries for others. If you're dealing with somebody who's resonating with octopus energy, absolutely you need to put your boundaries in place with them, or else they will just continue to sort of drain you, right? It's interesting that this will come out over release your ex. Some of you may indeed have an ex that is that type of individual, and it's just time to put that sort of that wall up and say, look, you just can't go past this line with me because I know how this is going to end, you know. All right, guys, let's get right into your spread for the week, my lovely Scorpio, and see what you may or may not be dealing with. Straight out, we have Judgment, Reconciliation, Seven of Wands, and Three of Cups. Some of you are coming in with a feeling of reconciliation this week, which is what Judgment is all about. Judgment is all about being able to see a situation from more than just your own narrow viewpoint. And so in a lot of ways, it's time to sort of be a bit more empathetic to others and their decisions. And oftentimes what comes with this feeling, Scorpio, is a feeling of you also letting go of any sort of unnecessary guilt that you've held on. Oftentimes, you know, we hold on to a lot of guilt if we have these unrealistic expectations of ourselves, or we're being very, very critical about ourselves, or, you know, hyper judgmental, you know, that we can then end up sort of also feeling very guilty about not living up to that ideal, right? In any case, judgment is the feeling when you have gone through enough experience in your life, Scorpio, where you begin to understand that things just aren't like that. Things just aren't black and white. You begin to have a bit more empathy. And oftentimes it can indicate a time when you're wanting to sort of reconcile with someone, or you're wanting to sort of revisit something that happened in the past that now you're feeling a little bit differently about. You know, maybe mend some bridges with people, or mend sort of reopen lines of communication. So you're feeling like this. Some of you are coming into the week feeling like this. And you come up with the Seven of Wands. Still excuse the background noise. My cat is going ballistic as usual. And you come across the Seven of Wands, and this is the energy that's meeting you. And it's quite interesting because although you're feeling very reconciliatory this week, and it could indeed be that you're wanting to try to have this conversation with somebody, I think you're going to find yourself feeling like it's all on you. You know, you're going to feel very much like it's you against the world, because it's not going to feel like this person is actually willing to come towards you. And you're going to be feeling very much on your own, right? Seven of Wands is also the card for valor and bravery. So right now it feels like you're the one who's having to be really brave. It feels almost like as well, if you're the one who's putting yourself out there, right, you're the one making that initial step to move towards somebody and have that reconciliation, it can feel kind of like daunting, you know, because you're the one who's taking the first step. And surely this week you do feel very much kind of like on your own in this endeavor, in this area. You do round the week off with a Three of Cups, which is the sense of celebration. And I think for some of you, it could very well be that just having made that initial step towards a reconciliation or towards forgiveness, either for yourself, with yourself, or with somebody else, I think that courage that you're showing, that you're dealing with this week, is really going to make you feel good ultimately. right? And whether or not the other person is willing to come toward you or meet with you, if that other person is not there, I think ultimately that's not really going to matter so much to you, Scorpio. It's going to be more about the fact that you had the courage to sort of, you know, step up to your side of things, and that's it. Because you round the week off with a real sense of celebration, Three of Cups. Celebrating with, you know, the friends that you know you can trust, the friends you know you love, the friends who are always close to you. And it's going to feel like a real sort of, I don't know, a sense of victory, you know, a sense of winning as well, and a sense of really knowing who your friends are. It could be that for some of you, Scorpio, this entire event sort of between you and someone else perhaps was all about really finding out how close of a friend they really were, you know, or if they were the type of person you really want to keep in your life. It's almost as if it was like this was meant to happen for you to figure out something about a nature of a close relationship, right? And by the end of the week, you are happy because you know you're where you want to be at. Whatever the outcome is here, you're happy because you're where you want to be at, and you know who your true friends are. So it's a real lesson, and it also feels a little bit like cleaning house this week. 9 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and you have the 10 of Wands. Wow. So some of you are coming in this week feeling very blessed. Again, with your relationships right now, 9 of Cups is being happy. It's a card for happiness, feeling blessed, feeling like you have gotten a lot of your life's wishes. You've been blessed with a lot of good friends, good family relationships. But like with all the 9 cards, there's always this sense of sort of still being a bit lonely or still having that deeper connection eluding you, right? Because the 9 is, of course, the number for the Hermit and the Hermit card. So it's 9 of Cups. You're happy, but still for some of you, it could be that you are still sort of missing that deeper connection. You want to have a deeper connection. In any case, you come into the week feeling fairly good, and you're met with the Queen of Cups energy. Now, this Queen of Cups is interesting. This is somebody who I feel here who's going to come into you, Scorpio, and they are very much wanting to sort of be with you. They want to express, you know, they want to sort of exchange their cup of love with you. They want to talk with you. They want to open themselves up to you. The Queen of Cups is very nurturing and giving. She's very emotionally stable, right? So she gives in a very healthy way. And she, you know, what she has to offer to someone is really special because she is in a lot of ways like, you know, the perfect sort of mate when it comes to a love connection, because she's not only is she emotionally stable, but she's able to go deeply with you, right? And so therefore the connection is very deep. In any case, she makes it very clear that she's, you know, open, right? And receptive. That's the nature of the Queen, being open and receptive. And in any case, you wind your week off with a 10 of Wands. It could be that this is somebody you may have been waiting for quite some time for them to have opened themselves up to you. Now that they are doing that, it almost feels as though like you're able to sort of overcome a certain stage in your life, which has been quite difficult. Because 10 of Wands is like you're ready now to lay down a lot of the burdens you've been carrying, a lot of the baggage. This feels a lot to me, Scorpio, like some of you may have been in love with this person for a long time. You've been happy with your lives with this 9 of Cups, but now all of a sudden this person is ready to be with you, or they're ready to open up to you. And it marks sort of the end of a very long time where you've been sort of unhappy because this entire time you've still been in love with this person. This feels like a really big sort of moment for a lot of you of getting the love that you've been wanting from someone, or finding the love of your life in a lot of ways, or them being ready for you now. And you're ready to like lay down all the burdens of the past and sort of, you know, be much more intentional about your future. This marks the end of a lot of sort of, I want to say a lot of unhappy times without this person in your life. It feels like King of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 2 of Swords. So this is your final spread, Scorpio. Some of you are coming into the week with a King of Pentacles, and of course this energy is somebody who's very successful, so you're doing well, your coin is good, you have a lot of money coming in. That's the King of Pentacles. He's also sometimes the benefactor, right? So here's interesting. It feels here like that you may indeed be playing the role of a benefactor, or somebody is trying to get you to invest in something, or to put your sort of your money, your name, your status, what have you, into something. It's interesting though, you're met with a 7 of Cups here, and 7 of Cups is very sort of unrealistic expectations. So it feels to me, Scorpio, like some of you may have had somebody kind of selling you a dream, or trying to sell you a dream, trying to sell you something that was really sounds perhaps too good to be true almost, right? They're very convincing at it. But this week you come up with this, you come up against this energy of 7 of Cups, and I think you're going to find yourself perhaps waking up to the fact that this may be too good to be true. It's interesting because you round off your week with a 2 of Swords, which is a feeling of indecision, right? You're going to feel very much like you don't know which way to go. If this is you, right, if you're resonating with this, be very careful and discerning, because 7 of Cups usually is associated with delusional thinking, right? Or ideas that are, that look great on paper, but they are unrealistic. Goals that are unrealistic, or goals that you think are going to make you happy in the long run, they don't. Or they could just be sometimes like just being too much in your head, daydreaming about something and not really working on it on a real way. A lot of times when we see like a financially stable energy like King of Pentacles and coming up against 7 of Cups, this can indicate somebody who may trying to sort of manipulate you financially. This could indicate somebody who may be trying to sort of get you to invest in something that isn't really worth you investing in, or is not going to give you the returns they keep promising. They're selling you something that isn't realistic, right? They're trying to sell you a dream. Now, whether that is intentional to cheat you or what have you, they may indeed believe in it very much themselves. But ultimately, what they're selling is unrealistic. And so this is a situation where you have to be very, very careful. A lot of times, the way to deal with this 2 of Swords, is to find balance. If ever you have a situation where you have 2 choices, or somebody's forcing you a choice on you that you just can't make, then don't make it. Find a third way, find a middle ground, or find the balance, because if you are forced to choose between 2 things you can't choose between, then either choice is always going to be bad. It's not going to be the right choice, right? You're always ever going to make the wrong choice and not the right one. So that is the secret with 2 of Swords, is finding a balance and being very careful and discerning. If this is you in this position and somebody's trying to sort of, you'll know what I'm talking about if you resonate with this spread. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. This is your reading for January 25th to the 31st, the last full week of January for Scorpio. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can get notified and all of that good stuff. But for right now, Scorpio, you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your weekly. Bye-bye now.